Shoot. No, don't get out. Don't. Friggin'. That's on Worqor. Hello, friends. This is Coldrun. Welcome back to a blind playthrough of Final Fantasy XIV's Dawntrail expansion, where we're continuing with the MSQ with, I don't know, whatever. It's question marks there. Let's find out. History's Keeper. So last time we rescued Worqor from the clutches of, what's his face, Bakul Chaja. Worqor has set her sights on the Yok Huy village, so we're going to meet the giants now. I wonder if they're going to be upset that they were like treated like slaves across. They were not treated like slaves. They were enslaved across the seas. If I'm remembering correctly, that very first dungeon near Ul'dah, the really bleak one. All right, Worqor. The road beckons, friends. Let's be on our way to Yok Huy, to the Yok Huy. Remember, then it's back to where the path through the mountains begins. You remember the spot where you were tricked into walking off with Wowkessa? He's happy to see her. He's not going to let her live that down. I'm just going to rub that in my face like that. I wonder if he's raising my hackles on purpose, though. You know, trying to keep my anger directed at him instead of myself. He probably is. He's a sweet dude. Either way, we can't be standing around here all day. We have a lot of lost time to make up for. I couldn't leave without letting Ready Rock know what happened, so I stopped in Earthenshire to say a few words before moving on. Yeah, she was probably worried about you after hearing from us. And now Erenville's nowhere to be seen. Couldn't he wait for a few more moments? I hope he wasn't kidnapped. So much for giving him the benefit of the doubt. Come on, let's catch up. I want to give that smug gleaner a piece of my mind. Wait, what? Why? I would have assumed Erenville would be with them. Did I miss something? Or that he would be hanging with Alizé and Alphinaud and Kryl, especially after she got kidnapped. What did he say? And did I just miss it? Back to the mountain path. Yeah. Why did they split up? Kryl. I worried that Worqor would agonize over the loss of her keystone, but it seems I had nothing to be concerned about. Onwards and upwards, then. And I think she's... Unless she's regressed, I don't think that she's... I feel like she's probably not just hiding it. I think she's past that. I know it's... As a character... What's this? No preference. As a character, at least I think she's past that. If she were an actual person, I would expect that to be a longer road. Like, you backslide on that sort of thing. You do... But... As a character, I would have expected that to be behind her. Unless they're making a subtler point than I am expecting. Erenville, as I'm sure you've noticed, the air grows thin at this elevation. Take it slow until your body adjusts. Deep breaths, drink plenty of water. A few more steps and we'll be in Worqor's Echo. The 10,000 steps. Are we getting closer to Birdland? Yeah, that's where it is. Okay, that's Birdland. Bloodsuckers, Worqor's Echo, Attune. Right. Any northwest of here? Yeah, so we'll deal with that as we get there. Look at this place. You got this like a temple? Or is this just how they structure their towns? It's probably just how they structure their towns. Alpaca Porter, Attune here. What is? Are these bananas? No, that's just the Aetheryte. I thought those were bunches of banana. Where is that? Yeah, I thought those were these things on the right here circling around the Aetheryte. I thought those were bunches of bananas. They are not. Phew. I think I'm getting used to the air up here. Any of you live at super high elevation? I've only been to Denver once. So this is the place from the Lay of Proof. Excuse me, sneezes. This is the place from the Lay of Proof where Papa met with the Yok Huy. You are so much cuter. You have big floppy ears. I haven't done that dungeon in a little while, and when I did, I didn't pay attention to their... Did the giants in the dungeons back across the salt, I'm speaking like a friggin', okay, a Tyrolian, in the dungeons near Ul'dah, that first dungeon, the mine, were the giants there masked and they look like this underneath? Because these are friggin' adorable. Look at those big floppy ears. All I want is scritch you on your chin. And that must be them. I don't think I've actually ever seen one outside of a picture. So it is for most Tyrali. The giants very rarely visit the lowlands. Here in their mountain fastness, they tend to the solemn duty they pledge to undertake in their pact with the Dawn Servant. So I wouldn't be surprised if some of them are hostile to, like, the Tyrali powers, but at least some of them had to have signed the pact. Watch over the Tyrol Vidral Valagarmanda and maintain its prison within their temple. That's got to be the first trial, by the way, especially as we're coming here at level 92. Yes. Wuklamat told us about the Tyrol Vidral. Creatures that live for far longer than normal and awaken to strange powers. Indeed, even among those anomalies, Valagarmanda is unrivaled in strength. It has endured for centuries, bringing catastrophe each time it emerges from its lair. As you learned in the Lay of Ice, it was Galul Jaja who at last managed to imprison the beast, and it has lain dormant in the temple ever since. It's in the temple? Alright, prediction. There's going to be a cutscene where it blasts, like, rockets out of that ice covering over the top of the temple, and, like, blasts off to the mountain or something. It's said that the building still bears a gaping hole in its ceiling from when Valagarmanda was lured inside by Galul Jaja's final ploy. Oh, I'd like to see this strongest of all Tyrol Vidral. I wonder what it's like to fight it. I don't think you're going to find out, because... How is that going to be, though? Why wouldn't she fight with us? Because I'm just thinking... I'm assuming that we're going to fight it in a trial. Why wouldn't she join us? Because the trial is always the player and 7 other players. Why would she stand off to the side, though? There's no echo. There's no, like... It's not like she'll get... What's the term? Imprisoned and mind-controlled? Tempered. I don't know. Orlo's Echo was where both the Lay of Proof and the Lay of Ice took place. Does this not suggest we'll be facing 2 feats this time? Well, that's a question we can ask the Elector once we find him, or maybe we should flush out Bakul Jaja first so I can beat my keystone out of him. Identifying the Dawn Servant's Elector should be our priority. Let's find that thieving cheat. I don't think we're going to just find him, so let's just find the Dawn Servant's Elector. Suppose we do have 4 keystones to earn. No matter what we do, the contest will pit us against him sooner or later. Alright, let's seek out this Elector, and especially if we get more keystones, that'll draw him to us. Then I suggest we pay a visit to Kariorzar the Gracious, or so their temple is called. The Moblins told me that High Luminary Gurfalur is to be found there. If we are to ask someone for information, then he seems a wise choice. Gurfalur. That's a very gianty name, and I like it. So this is a temple. I said this before, felt like a temple, but no, it actually is a temple. Yeah, this is... wait, so Valagarmanda's like here? Like inside this thing? Yeah, I guess so. Let's see if I can convince the guards to let us through. I am Wuklamat, third promise of Tuliolal, and I seek your Elector for the right of succession. May I speak with Gurfalur? The High Luminary has granted admittance to the claimants. You may enter. That was easier than expected. Well, in we go then. Why was it easier than... Why were you expecting a fight? Or expecting resistance? They probably know who you are. You're super famous. I guess because they've never seen you? I don't know. I'm not sure why they were why she was expecting resistance. gods, is that... Valak Armand. Actually encased in ice. Straight up Final Fantasy VI opening. But if we remember from Final Fantasy VI's opening, just because it was encased in ice didn't mean that it was, like, unconscious. Like, it could still communicate, it could still do stuff. Welcome. This is Gerfler. High Luminary Gerfler. I'm so impressed by its design. The giant eyes. I mean, they are literally giant eyes, but they're also literally giant eyes. It looks like aquatic. Like a frog. Oh no, this is Zormor, my bad. He is not here at present. I am Luminary Zormor. This is the Sky Ruin, Valagarmanda. What a great epithet. Sky Ruin. It is. The Tural Vidral, whose name has evoked terror since time immemorial. Beautiful. Is that multiple tails? Is it like a peacock sort of thing? Even my people, once conquerors of all beneath the sun, were as brittle leaves before Valagarmanda's tempestuous power. When the Sky Ruin descended upon Urkopacha 8 decades ago, the casualties were staggering. Had Galul Jaja and his companions not intervened, we would have been slaughtered to the last. The titanic battle with Valagarmanda raged for 10 days and 10 nights. As their foe... Let me look at that. Yeah, they got the whole squad. They got the Hanu. They got everyone. The Moblin's there. Is it one of every race here? No, there's no Lalafels. It's a fail. There's no Lalafels here in Tural, are there? No, not like natively. Maybe there are. As their foe fought on, tireless and relentless, our heroes were pushed beyond the limits of their endurance. What's on its head? It looks like a Pope hat. What actually is that? Just like a spike? Maybe it uses it to like impale? Thus did the head of reason concoct a desperate plan. Galul Jaja tricked the Sky Ruin into losing control of its own ice magics, causing the unwitting Tural Vidral to encase itself in frozen ether. Did they build the temple around it? No, because they had crashed through something. How did they get it into the... Gosh, there's got to be... We're going to see that at some point, how they got it into the temple. It's been like this ever since. Nice work, Papa. But what happens if the ice ever melts? I will bet that it's something about the way it was tricked means it's constantly replenishing the ice. Oh, never mind, I was wrong. That same question looms large in our minds, for the magic sustaining this prison grow weaker with each passing year. Valagarmanda commands powers of fire and lightning and ice. Some believe that the violence of the recent storm was the result of those energies slipping free. That's why the storm we've been hearing about isn't just a random by-the-way thing. It's caused by Valagarmanda. That raging tempest from Valagarmanda. Setting future worries aside, you are come to attempt the feat of proof, yes? The High Luminary, chosen elector of the Dawn Servant, has left me with instructions for all aspiring claimants. You are to scour our forbidding mountains and find the way in Gerfler. That is to be your challenge. Ah, so the search itself is the feat. You already spoke with my brothers, I take it? I have. Their expeditions are underway. But not Bakul Jaja. We better pick up the pace. Aye, but we'll need a direction to search in first. Let's see what hints we can gather from the villagers. Nod, nod. Nodders. I cannot do an English accent. I was trying to do preach for a half second. Not remotely possible. It's majestic as hell. I go back and forth on whether I like the Asian style dragons versus the Western style dragons. I don't know. I like them both. Different ways, they have different strengths. Visually, aesthetically, I mean. God, Svalak Armanda is enormous. I know Papa had friends with him, but incredible he could hold his own against that. Non-rhetorical question, were there 8 people? Was it like a full party that they had, like a literal full party? In that image of the Dawn Servant? Should this prison ever fail, though, we can't expect the old guard to come running. It'll be up to us to save the day. Grilled Urko trout. Royal toast, thick sliced bread soaked in a batter of whisked egg and milk, pan-fried until fluffy, served with a generous drizzle of royal maple syrup. I'm getting French toast tomorrow. The feed of proof. Alphino would share his strategy for information gathering. As we've just been informed, the feed of proof requires us to seek the High Luminary Gerfler somewhere upon these mountains. However, if earlier feats are any indication, we must assume the challenge precludes the Yok Huy from answering our questions in a straightforward manner. Thus, I would ask you to pay close attention while attempting to define Gerfler's whereabouts. Though the giants may not give us a precise location, there may be clues hidden within their words. Such is my theory, anyway. Let's see what we can discover. A little puzzle, a little scavenger hunt under afoot. Start with Worqor. High Luminary. No, I've not seen him today. Now let me ask you a question. That Shabral who came out of the temple earlier, was that really the third promise? She seems rather unimposing. How's she meant to succeed the mighty Galul Jaja? She's unimposing. How is she likely to succeed the unimposing Galul Jaja? I don't know any hints that could be derived from that. Maybe he's saying that to get to where we need to go requires a feat of strength. Like maybe we need some, like, wow, how's she gonna do what we need? Like maybe it's like behind a giant boulder she has to lift or something. Like he might be that they might have been expressing disbelief that that Wuklamat would be able to complete the feat of proof, and the feat of proof might need actual physical strength. Maybe. Zerfler, asking after the High Luminary as well, are you? I know not where to find him, but I do hope you have the opportunity to speak together. He's a great man with a deep reverence for our traditions. These glyphs we carve, for one. He affords them as much value as any treasure we possess. They are records of lives lived. Your arrival, too, I will etch into the stone that the story of our meeting may endure for untold turnings of the sun. If you're curious about our ways, then I bid you visit Proof, to the northwest of here. It is one of our grave sites, the feat of Proof. They're actually asking us to go to a place called Proof. Maybe that's the next part of the scav hunt. It's gotta be. If it were me, like if I were doing the search, like not as a player, but as an actual person without guide markers, I would take that to mean to go to the graveyard for like the next clue in the scav hunt. Zerbiler. Atuli Hyolan. Oh, you are rather far. You are farther away than that, I think. As for the High Luminary, I can only guess where he might be. He's warder of the Sky Ruin, but also keeper of the Sepulchres, and his duties often take him outside the village. Yeah, so they are confirming it. Alphino, first things first, was anyone able to coax forth a definite location for the High Luminary? Yeah. Or, no, I guess it's not a definite location. As expected. What then of clues or other hints that might point us in the right direction? I heard that in addition to his usual duties, Gerfler is also charged with keeping the graves. As did I. The Yok Hui's sepulchres appear to hold special significance in their culture. But would it be appropriate for us outsiders to enter into their burial grounds? Yeah, we got kind of a direct invitation. Proof, you say? And he encouraged you to visit this place yourself. Yep. And let's take a look. Even if we don't find Gerfler there, it will give us the chance to learn more about the Yok Huy. This is why she's going to be great. That's the thing she wants. Trial. The gravesite is somewhere northwest of here. Well, we can leave from that side of the village for a start, shall we? Let's. Total tangent. The phrase let's has always stuck in my mind since I was a kid. I remember reading a book called The Five Children in It. I was really disappointed because I expected it to be about Pennywise, but it was just a kid's book. And yeah, the kids there were British kids who said let's, and I love that phrase. Like, shall we? Yes, let's. Trial. The others have gone on ahead to Proof, following the trail west. There are some sharp drops everywhere, so we're all moving at our own pace. Some of us are not built for craggy terrain. I thought to get my bearings from up here first, so I don't stumble off a cliff. Why don't you try catching up to Erenville? He should be able to point you in the right direction. Look at this place. You got snow over there. Got... Are those like terraced garden sort of things? I took a quick detour to grab a etherite, and what is this? This is like a molten scarred section, Nar Yor Gorna? What the hell is this? It looks, yeah, it's like a molten... Was this where the fight took place against Valagarmonda? These look like fiery rending of claws. And we know that Valagarmonda can control like all the elements. I'll bet that's what this is. I'll bet this is a remnant of that fight from long ago that's still burning. Again, the ether currents are leading to some breathtaking views. Oh my good lord, look at this. It's really just incredible. And we got, this is Shades of Grief, and there's a sightseeing location here. What is this? Shades of Grief. These ruins brood silently at the cliff's edge. Once a Yok Huy village, it was abandoned as the giant's population dwindled. The crumbling stone houses inhabited now only by the shadows of past sadness. Locals speak of a road which long ago stretched from the settlement down into Chabayukek, but little trace of such path remains. This is just where the giants used to live. Their old, one of their old towns when they were the main power in Iral. Take a look at this crater. There is no wood, no trees, not even dried grass, and yet the ground still burns. This must be one of the scars left by Valagarmonda's rampage. Yup. The Sky Ruins fires are described as eternal, flames that can be quenched by neither storm nor time. And here I thought it a literary embellishment. Ah, but now I've lost sight of Wuklamat. Proof is northwest along the main road, so hopefully she's still heading there. The right way. Oh boy. I am excited for it. I'm not dead certain that the trial is going to be Valagarmonda. It feels like that's where it's leading. But it could be a misdirect. But if it is Valagarmonda, eventually we're fighting a Valagarmonda trial, whether it's now or later, and I'm excited for it. We've arrived at Proof. Wuklamat wins again. Looks like everyone's here now, so... Greetings, friend. Are you Gerfler? Probably not. No, I am not. The High Luminary did, however, task me with providing a lesson on sepulchres to those who came in search of him. Oh, so we were meant to find our way here after all. Are you to tell us who is buried here? No one is buried here in the sense you mean. When a body has served its purpose, we consign it to the flames, then scatter its ashes across the peaks. It has a ponytail. This patient gravekeeper, they have a ponytail. Moreover, we do not conceive as death as others do. For us, a person does not die when their heart ceases to beat, but only when they are no longer born in the hearts of all who know them. So, I'm Jewish, and there's a Jewish phrase. When someone dies, you don't say, like, they're in heaven now, because Jews don't really believe in heaven and hell in the same way as many, at least as far as I understand, as far as like Christian and Muslims do. Instead, you could say that person is a blessed memory. There's not the same focus on like, well, they truly die when their memory's gone, but we do share that same view of someone's real impact being the memory that they leave behind in others. This is why we build our sepulchres before age or mishap claims us, that we might etch ourselves into the living chronicle for all eternity. That's beautiful. This grave belongs to a good friend. His mortal vessel ended its journey some years ago, but he lives within me even now. I'm thinking of the people who live within me now. My grandparents, my old pets. I'm blessedly few friends. Up there stands my own sepulcher. Sorry, it makes me both sad and really, really happy. As long as it exists too, so too will I. I will endure in the hearts of those who read my grave glyph, in the same manner my friend does in mine. Has it always been thus for your people? The conception of existence and death? Sorry. Continue along this path to the indelible passage. Behold the history upon its walls, and you may find the answers to your questions. And that's what we'll do. Your traditions are fascinating, and I'd love to know more. I thank you for allowing me to share them. Look at that little happy wave thing. For in doing so will I remain in your hearts also. And even if it's a brief memory, even if it's a glimpse, there's still a part of you that does live in others. I wonder if there's people who take that in the worst way. If there's like Yok Huy who are like, yes, I will live on in the hearts of others by committing mass murder. Like if there's like people who want to live on via infamy because their names will never be forgotten. You know what? I'll bet they go out of their way, if there are those kind of people in their culture, to forget them, to not name them. They don't have the same like American culture that we have here, where you publicize the infamous ones. I'll bet they go out of their way to make them forgotten. What are these on the? Yeah, these are there's etchings on the wall here. I can't see what they are, but they're definitely something. But any... Okay, they're to the west. Hello, a fellow minute proof suggested we come here. Yes, the Stoic Chronicler. Yes, the High Luminary commanded that I watch for your arrival. As the chroniclers of our people, it has ever been my family's duty to pass on the teachings of the murals from generation to generation. I wonder who the Yok Huy, like, main emperor was who got crushed by Valagarmonda and the Dawn Servant and all that. His really are magnificent, and together they tell the tale of your people's history. They are the events which shaped us. I would share them with you ere you continue on your way. Please, we would love to hear all about it. And I will begin. The first mural depicts a time more than 1,100 years ago. No, don't skip cutscene. 1,100 years ago, an age of great prosperity for the Yok Huy. Blessed with size and strength unmatched by other peoples, our ancestors marched forth and brought much of Yok Tural under their dominion. Then, when all before them had been conquered, they turned their gaze northwards, seeking to expand their territory and power. Here we see the expedition to Tural. Unable to cross the strait by ship, our forefathers set to building a bridge to the northern lands, a grand labor which consumed the greater part of a century. That's so tough to do that over such a long time. Because it's generations. I don't know how long they're lived, but anyone see The Expanse? I'm thinking of like the people who, like the hundreds years work of like terraforming Mars and the mindset that took. Zorgor the Boundless. We still make use of the bridge in Tuliholal for travel. Can't imagine the patience and dedication it took to complete a work of that scale. But I've never heard of any Yok Huy living in Tural. What happened to the ones who went north? Look upon this next mural and behold the answer. Okay, so they're just in Yok Tural, not Tural. This scene suggests many giants perished all at once. Does it? There's water. There's two eyes crying. I think this crying is that like rain. Is that fire up above, like giants perishing in fire? And maybe this is like their death, like how they, like the body. Maybe this is the body burning up, because those are all bodies burning. What enemy could repel their invasion? A foe unnamed and unseen. Do we have, like, the final boss here? When the expedition pushed forth into Tural thousands of years, those thousand years ago, its soldiers were felled by disease. Some terrible illness? No virulent plague or newly arisen blight. Wait, what? For the local Tonawauta and Shitona, it was but a mild affliction of the sort that comes with the turning of the seasons. What manifested for them as slight fevers and coughs, however, proved deadly to our people? I'm sorry, let me think out loud. The couple things I'm thinking right now are there's a lot of New World, Europe exploring the Americas in, the 1400s and 1500s. And, the blankets, the diseases that came over and all that. But this is like a reverse. This is those who go to conquer getting ravaged by disease, which I'm sure happened. I'm sure happened quite a lot also. But, and is that a snake up there, up above, that's like coiled around? No, I don't think so. I think it's just a design. One out of every 10 Yok Huy who joined the Northern Campaign, 9 succumbed to the infection. Those who survived continued to suffer, finding it difficult to sire offspring. Wow. I've heard of this before. Lacking an inherited resistance, visitors to distant lands can fall deathly ill to diseases a local might shrug off. These events might also have given rise to the practice of cremation rather than burial of mortal remains. Good point. The final mural depicts the return of our grieving brethren to Urkopacha. So you got a sun, you got all those birds. Beautiful birds, colorful. And that's the temple where Valagarmonda, was eventually wrapped. The reason they left, why they had fought so long and pushed so far, was to ensure peace for our homeland, was it now? This undertaking began in ancient... I'm seeing parallels with Zoral Ja here. When our forebears learned they shared the continent with peoples unlike to us in appearance or custom, they feared invasion was inevitable. So maybe not quite, because Zoralja is not talking about fending off invasion from Sharlayan or anything. Rather than meekly await their fate, they decided to strike the first blow. Yet as they fought on, the old idea of peace drifted further and further away. Only after the disaster in Shak Taral and their withdrawal to the mountains did they come to understand. The peace we envisioned had been ours for the taking all along. It was here, in the place which birthed us. Here in the stones upon which we recorded our days, here in the tranquil life we had traded for conquest and conflict. When you do nothing but fight, it can blind you to what's right before your eyes. I'm curious, very curious, how Zoralja would respond to this. And so when we return to the present, I trust you found this brief history of our people enlightening. I'm always glad to learn more about my fellow Turali, how you've lived until now and how you wish to live from now on. Then I believe you're ready to proceed. The High Luminary bids you meet him upon the summit of Worqor Zormor. I had a feeling we'd end up scaling that big old mountain. Well, it's a feat worthy of the name. Follow the trail to the south of here to begin your ascent, but be wary. Beyond the entryway, the mountainside is home to ferocious beasts, both mundane and otherwise. We'll keep that in mind. Thank you for the warning and the lesson. Finally, we know where we're going, to the top of Worqor Zormor. We got some side quests also. Pause off that pigment. Where was that? Pause off that pigment. I'll do that later. I want to keep going with this. That's the road ahead. This thin mountain air is going to be the death of me. Poor Alizé. What? How long have you been standing there? I was just taking in the scenery as well. Yeah, you were, yeah. Yeah, she's got the same, she doesn't want to be seen sleeping, she doesn't want to be seen in any moments of like, it's not real weakness, it's what, like, White from The Office would see as weakness, like, yeah, it's that sort of view of it. Come on, we don't want to fall too far behind Alphino and the others. What's that up ahead? Is that a gray bomb? It is. I think. Flint, yeah. How big is this section? Pretty big. This map is pretty big. Look at its little face. It's so grumpy. Also a nice upscaling of the graphics on the old bomb models. I could be wrong. That's just, at a glance, it looked like it's nicer graphics and more detail. Worqor Zormor. You remember how the Chronicler was saying the more they fought, the further away they moved from their idea of peace? It occurs to me that if Zoralja is attempting the feat of proof, then he will have heard the same lesson. I can only hope that it's made him reconsider his own stance on educating people through war. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Pop, 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 pop. The High Luminary. Hooplamont gazes up at the summit of Worqor Zormor.
Gods, that is one tall mountain. And we're supposed to climb it?
Right? I hope there's like a road. However steep. It looks like there is.
Farther. Tomar. Tuliorlu. Korogar.
Let's take a second and talk about this. First, the language. Holy shit, that was amazing. That was great. I love their language. And it's like, it's this throaty purr. That's rumbly thing that's the cadence of it feels very giant-y, very Yok Huy. And the armor. They got braids. They got this. The one middle one has like these giant rubies hanging from the ears. The armored guards have what is that, skull masks? No, like just masks, totemic masks. The wrapping braid around the below their ear. That looks amazing. And the red, they both have the red, and everything about this I love. This is super cool. But no one here speaks giant or speaks Yok Huy.
He's speaking the old Yok Huy tongue. The words are difficult to catch.
Yok Huy, not Yok Huy. Not Yok Huy, my bad.
Though your words are crude and cumbersome, I use them for your benefit.
And I don't want to assume anger. It sounds angry, like annoyed at us, but I don't necessarily... and the words themselves are a little bit annoyed, like, fine, I'll use your language. But I don't want to assume that because it could just be the cadence of their accent, their normal speech.
You are a claimant in this right of succession.
So good.
That's right.
Then, if you die, Tuliyola loses a potential ruler.
That's a dark thing to say, friend. I get the feeling you don't share the opinions of the other Yok Huy we've met.
Yeah, this might be one of the hostile ones I was thinking about, who still may be resentful of Tuliyola, thinking back to their times of empire.
Not grovel before Gulul, Jaja, like those shameless lapdogs. My brethren and I
Yeah.
are conquerors, and we will restore our people to their rightful place.
Oh, sorry.
The giants have their own factions too, it seems.
You think your kin weak for showing deference to my father, but they do not follow the man. It is his peace they respect, a peace they always wanted, which they realized could be had right here.
Yeah. Yep. This guy is like a historical revisionist, or not necessarily. I don't know. I guess we'll see whether he knows that history and just disagrees with it, or whether he doesn't understand it.
Justifications of the craven. They turn their gaze from our ancestors, from the dream we kept alive for 1,000 years.
And I keep yeah, I'm sorry.
Unworthy of bearing our legacy. I will reclaim the glory of our people. And our ascension begins with the death of the third promise.
Sorry, we're gonna have to kill you because you look
Stop!
amazing.
I don't want to fight you.
Then die on your knees.
Sorry, it's late at night, so I'm yawning. Birdo? Friend Birdo?
Opportunistic vermin.
Oh, just regular
Seek
beast.
to feast on us, do you? Get down here. Your neck will be the first I snap this day.
Wait, why is it mad at a bird that tried to attack it? Has it just not read Moby Dick? She's so... How good is Wuklamat?
That's right.
I don't think she's changing hearts and minds right now, but she's trying. Maybe she is changing hearts and minds. Maybe not for the main guide, but maybe for the soldiers. Do sages not use their gun things to heal?
Do you help us?
It's your Turali too.
I didn't put much thought into it.
Oh.
My legs were moving before I knew what was happening. I suppose I feared you'd die before we had the chance to get to know each other. Before I could learn more about you.
To what end?
It's kind of an intrinsic benefit, isn't it? Has intrinsic value.
That's simple. If we're to share the land, it's the best way for us to become friends.
And the extrinsic value too. That as well.
How is he?
She just recruited them in Undertale. She just pacifist combated them.
He'll live. Not quite ready to walk under his own strength, however.
If you could stay and tend to him, the rest of us will continue on to Worqor Zormor.
Understood. Be careful up there.
This changes nothing. We will not forsake our conquest.
Then why aren't you attacking right now?
As you like. You want to kill me, you're welcome to try. But right now, you might want to worry about your comrade.
When a cat wants to make friends with you, it's really hard to say
On a
no.
mountain of that size, there are bound to be creatures even I've never heard of. I'll trust you to lead the way.
Then we climb. Gerfurler is waiting.
Gerfurler, not Gerfurler. Gerfurler. So I guess Yok Huy have the emphasis on the middle syllable of 3. Look at that mountain. I'm surprised we're going up there. I really thought that's where we'd have a Valagarmon to fight, but we might come back there. Actually, no, that's probably part of the... This is a dungeon? That is unexpected. That is very unexpected. Maybe it shouldn't be, but it is. And we go. Worqor Zormor. This is epic as hell. Pink pastes. A puffy explosion bird, a blowfish, a blowbird. So this is going to be mostly beasts fighting their way up to Gerfurler at the top, I guess. We'll see. I'll be curious if there are Yok Huy allies up there. What are these? Is this ether? They're barely climbing here. They're real. Okay, yeah. I was hoping there would be party adventure plates for the NPCs. But these set up again. I haven't really looked at how to actually do this, so I'm just going to be futzing around and doing this poorly for now. Snow Warbler. Look at their crowns. Their little crowny head things.
I'll handle the healing.
They got like, not tentacles, but like, I don't know. Little like, almost like flowery things coming out of them. I don't know why I'm getting spammed with achievements all of a sudden. Must be some PlayStation 5 update thing. This almost feels like a Heavensward dungeon, like the Airy or something. Worqor Merlith? Like a Marilith, but a Merlith. First boss, Ryokor Turte. So is it using the frog model from the Anti-Tower? Is it? It's wearing. It's like wearing a bird skin coat almost. Unless that's just part of its body. Must be a snow spirit. Not that I've ever seen one. Ah, okay. So its wand looks like an ice cream cone. Is that a painter brush? We'll see if it uses Pictomancer abilities. Yeah, let's go. Travelers on the mountain, how delightful. Do stay and play a while. So very, oh, it's a spirit. Frosting Fracas. Just AoE, probably. Fluffle Up. It has an ability called Fluffle Up. They're pointing in certain directions? How do we know which is... Oh, I see. Wait. They've stopped moving? Wait, what? What's going on? Oh, the ones that are frozen got stopped in time. I understand. Their cast bar got slowed down. Understood. Okay, so presumably these are first, maybe? Oh, we want to get to this side then. Shoot. Yes. We got the mechanic. We got that part of it at least.
Back off.
Shoot. I didn't get out in time. I saw what I had to do there, but I think I just died. Okay. I forgot the shortcuts bring you now to the boss itself. Ruin's Wrath. All right, let's try again. So we're staying here in front of the frozen ones for the moment. I see now that their actual cast bar, Ice Scream, their actual cast bar is frozen. Beautiful. So it's tethering to the ones it's giving cold feet. Now get away. Bam.
I'll show you.
All right, so we dodged those two things that killed us last time. Let's see what is next. It might just repeat at this point. Found to be Snowkin large and small, so more Fluffle Up. High. We got a combo. So who's getting tethered? You all. And now we go here. Yes. Second attempt went much better there. Better not be any more of those. It was adorable, but yeah, I probably wouldn't want to fight one. Again, I don't know why I'm saying that, because I'm someone who would get killed by a star marmot if I were actually existing in the world of Final Fantasy. Did we not get anything from that? Was there nothing in the chest? I guess you only sometimes get stuff, because when you're a solo, I just never noticed that, or I forgot about it, more likely. Is this an icy event gonna, a little spirit spring gonna warp us up top? Zoralja, look at Zoralja fighting the bird solo. Zoralja doesn't need a party. You've caught up, it seems. It seems to have been toying too much with my prey. Yeah, you unintentionally helped us out. You'll have to find another path. Think of it as an added test of your resourcefulness. No, you did not help us out. Okay. Still unclear on the logistics of how it happens, how what happens at the end of the contest when some of us have some keystones and others have other keystones. Maybe it'll be a test at that point of cooperation. Oh, I didn't even see, I got two things. I did get something last time. I was on the wrong tab. So I got a Viper thing and a ranged damage thing. Okay, including Viper. Won't worry about that now. It's very stormy and snowy, so it's again it's not beautiful in the same way as the other dungeon. It feels very, very Heavensward. That kind of gray, overcast mountain. Yeah, I mean, God, it's incredibly Heavensward feeling.
On your feet.
Zooped up once more. I was wondering how we'd ascend the mountain. I wasn't expecting zooping. I was expecting pure stairs. Summit of Zor. Hey, there's the bird that pissed off the Conqueror dude. Kadir. That's the giant bird that attacked the giants. The bird that attacked the... Yes, it doesn't look pleased to see us. Yeah, it's a bird. I don't know what facial expressions it would have. Who put that banner up there? I guess this was... There are carvings on this place. It must have been all Yok Huy carvings? Maybe this was like one of their main seats of power? I don't know. Let's fight the boss and die to it. Have we ever seen that? Have we ever seen one of those meteors where everyone has to stack on it? Crystallized rock shatters into pieces. What does that mean? Magical energies gather in the crystal shards. I don't know what that... Oh, it means they're going to explode. Okay. Yeah, everyone gather. Okay. You see that? The spell came from the crystals. Shards are resonating with magic. Crystalline storm. So the shards are going to be the source of AoE stuff. Should I have stacked with Wook? Hopefully not. Let me get over here. Seed crystals. Maybe you're supposed to blind... Slowly being covered in crystal. Uh-oh. Oh, we have to break ourselves out. This is how it hunts. Yeah, it covers you in crystal. So I'm in circle. Oh, gaze. And then look away. Yeah. Shoot. No, don't get out. Don't. Friggin'. That's on Wuklamat. That's not on me. Oh, Carter is almost dead. This is a cool fight. This was not all that confusing, but still, this was one where I think I was disproportionately helped. Oh, shoot. Disproportionately helped compared with other fights by the NPCs being with me in the party. Based on the stack, the stack stuff. Barely a challenge. Oh, quiet, Wuklamat. That was... You nearly killed me. And I'm sure it was my fault. I am glad that my character, Kakushu, does not have a fear of heights. I am very glad for her sake.
I'll handle the healing.
Wait, it just never hit me. So, Alizé is saying I'll handle the healing? Is she the one saying that? Why is Alizé handling the healing? Is she doing spot healing as a red mage? What the hell was that? Did you see that exploding, like, balloon thing there? What was that? Coming up to the final boss of the summit. What's it called? Summit of Zor. Is it going to be the Conqueror dude from before? What? How did he get ahead of us? Dawn's elect. Oh no, this is Gerfurler, of course. I apologize. I was literally seeing all giants as the same.
I am Gerfurler, Elector of the Dawn Servant.
Love their
Prepare
voices.
to be tested.
And I love his beard. His helmet, I could take or leave, but voice and beard, S tier. So that's the High Luminary. He's huge. The fight he wants, and let's give it to him. Of course, yeah, Alizé is raring to go. And you know what? So am I. Let's friggin' do this.
Prove you are worthy to rule.
Wait, why are you taunting? Why are you on me? Heaving Haymaker. Did our tank not turn on tank stance? No, Wuklamot's got tank stance on. Did I just go ham too early? Feel the weight of history carved in stone. Very Yok Huy things to say. Arcane.
Return the hunger of roiling waters.
Okay. It summons etchings that will the visuals will describe the coming cast. Again, perfect equivalence to what we synchronicity to what we just learned about the Yok Huy. Fire.
Recount the fury of erupting peaks.
Okay, so it's doing the Titan thing.
Implacable strength of the mountain, be mine.
Oh, we want to break them. That's right, we don't want them to get to him, probably. Did it... Yeah, we want to catch them all. There are damage bonuses, probably? He's got 3 of them.
Of my brethren, your thunder roars.
So we survived. We did okay. Not great, but okay.
That you should endure my fury. Chronicles of Earth, record the cruelty of merciless storms.
Okay. What is that? It was just a column of wind? Are these going to blast us as well, maybe? Or are they going to march across the screen? They're going to march. Oh, shoot. Yeah, I got knocked into one. My bad. My bad. I might have avoided it, actually. If I did, I got lucky.
Let's give them a shot.
Water and fire. Fire was getting... Okay, gotcha. We gotta get pushed into the right place. I think I succeeded there. Not purely luck, but a little bit of luck at least. Shoot, how do I want to get knocked into this? I think, like, there? Yeah. Oh, Starstorm, finish it off. Didn't quite finish it off. That was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun. Very cool mechanically. And we didn't kill him. Always a plus. That would be embarrassing to accidentally kill Gerfurler. Yeah, visually, I like the second half of the dungeon a lot more. I get the stormy part, but I like seeing everything. And I thought it was incredibly creative, the way they did the... Excuse me. The way... Well fought. Thank you. The way they used the rune, like the stone carved magic that we've been... The stone carvings, and how important we've been learning that is to the Yok Huy. And we see that in this guy, in Gerfurler, in his magic. I don't even know if it's magic. I guess it's magic.
Very good, claimant. Once more, I name myself Gurfulur, High Luminary to my people, and chosen elector of the Dawn Servant.
Your beard looks magical and I want to touch it. I could never grow a beard.
You're much bigger than the others in the village.
All Yok Huy were once my equal in size, but ever since we were decimated by disease, it is rare to see a child reach our former stature.
So it's a genetic disease? Is that what that means? I guess not necessarily. It could mean like a stunting in nutrition and stuff, but it feels like, from the sound of it, it feels like it's like a genetic disease.
You speak of the contagion
Which is
which
horrifying.
afflicted the Shaktural expedition. The one recorded in your murals.
It is a chapter of our history that is entangled with the legend of the Golden City.
Quick, super obvious prediction, I'm sure. Nothing good is in the Golden City, is it? Like, maybe there's some good stuff, but we're mostly going to unleash evil, aren't we?
I've heard that legend originated with the Yok Huy. Is this true?
With the visions our ancestors had, to be precise. Preceding the campaign into Shaktural, many were visited by dreams of glittering splendor.
Seduced by dreams of glittering splendor, probably.
They described a paradise that knew neither war nor famine, where people lived lives of eternal happiness. A single dreamer might have been dismissed, but when dozens, if not hundreds, spoke the same, the luminaries became convinced it was divine revelation.
Then the expedition.
Its purpose was to find the City of Gold. Yes, help was marshaled from all the territories under our control. Lands were scoured on a massive scale.
Ah, little wonder the legend is so similar across Tural. Those involved with the search would have passed the stories down to their children.
But also the dream... Well, no, the dreams are about the city, not about the search. Hey, Kona, you made it. Now you have to fight him.
Another claimant, I see. I will test your worth, as I have tested those who came before you.
Oh, he's got his, like, Yok Huy Viagra. He's ready to go. He's ready for round 3 or 4.
Here and now, I think he means.
Yeah, out of the way. And I'm guessing that he was that the Zareel Jah soloed him. I don't think Zareel Jah joined him. Is this post-fight? Or yeah, it's post-fight. I was gonna say, did he let them go? But no, this is post-fight.
Well fought, second promise. For you and your sister's success in performing the feat of proof. You both shall be rewarded.
Hold on to it, kitty. Pop.
3 to go.
How glorious it would have been to race thee and thine to the summit. Though mayhap not whilst being hounded by Bakul Jaja and his minions.
That's what your experience was like. Okay.
Again, that swine shows his disdain for the right.
Strangely, despite his eagerness to antagonize us, he withdrew as soon as we fought back in earnest. I cannot fathom what he was trying to achieve.
Was he just trying to distract you and not actually fight you? He was just trying to slow you down? Maybe? I guess? I don't know. I don't think it was a coward, because he's not a coward.
On a similar note, I'm also curious as to why you chose the peak of Worqor Zormor for the conclusion of this feat. The earlier stages saw us learn the history of the Yok Huy. Does this location also hold some special meaning for your people?
It's got, I mean, my thought was that it was, again, like, because it's pure majesty, my thought was that this is the actual, like, where... I've used the word siege power a couple times. My guess was that this is actually where their, like, leadership sat, but maybe not.
Yes, it is a place of great significance.
All these monuments. Is this a burial ground?
I thought we don't do that.
Every High Luminary before me is enshrined in this earth. Alongside them are the heroes who bravely stood their ground when Valigarmanda brought ruin to Urkopacha 8 decades past.
That explains why there are so many.
How did you get here after us?
Zorolja, I should have known you'd arrive here first.
But he didn't. Unless he did. Maybe he must have, and he's coming... Did he? Or Cyrilja. Not a phrase I've used before.
Third promise. How relieved I am to find you in good health.
And why would you be surprised?
Cyrilja, you bastard! I should end you here and now!
Remember where you are. You will mind your conduct, or you will leave.
Yeah, don't fight in the sacred burial ground.
Right. Sorry.
I see no reason to delay further. Show me my father's sepulchre.
Right, because they make it when they're alive.
Papa has a grave?
Upon this monument are inscribed the names of those who sealed away the monstrous Valigarmanda, your fathers included.
Gulul Jaja, Master of Resolve and Reason, Champion of Peace.
Look at this one. Kettenram, Navigator of Uncharted Oceans.
Kettenram is the one who sealed away the thing beneath the waves, right?
Kettenram? The Laminsan explorer?
Yeah.
Does this mean he joined Galul Jaja on his travels?
Erenville has luscious lips.
Kafkiwa, Seeker of the
Anyone else
Unknown.
agree?
How strange to see your name here.
How do you know Kakiwa?
It was unheard of to build living sepulchres for those who were not Yok Huy, but their great deed demanded recognition.
Master of Resolve and Reason, Champion of Peace?
She's so proud.
Papa really did some amazing things.
He carved his path with martial skill.
Yet it was clever thinking which allowed him to trap Valigarmanda within its own ice magics.
Each of them admiring the trait in him that they all appreciate. Glad Bakul Jaja is here, because he'd be like, yes, he was quite the little shit. That's how he succeeded, because that's his core trait at the moment.
Martial skill and clever thinking. I can't compete with Zorolja's mastery of the Head of Resolve's techniques. And when it comes to knowledge, Kona's the one who most takes after the Head of Reason. Is there anything that I've gotten from Papa? Something I do better than the others?
The bonding, the cultural ties, the love for, not necessarily the love for peace, because I think that is within Kona too, but I think it's the appreciation of culture and the ability to unify as a leader. I think that is likely her core trait that she shares with her father. Yeah, you have his love for peace. Let me draw it out of her. Let's use that. Oh, what's the term? The thing where you reflect back on others. I don't remember the term. What else defines your father aside from strength and knowledge? Rogerian? Maybe it's Rogerian. I think it's maybe Rogerian.
What else defines him? Oh, of course. Papa's love for peace, for his people. That is what he's given me. And I'm fighting to preserve the peaceful Tural he built.
It was Kona, but yes. Valgarmondo awake? Feels like Valgarmondo might be awake.
What in the hells was that?
Yeah, that's probably not it.
Return to Warlar's Echo immediately. Valgarmondo has broken free.
Well, crap.
I presume that was about the unholy sound?
Valgarmondo is free.
We need to get back there, now!
Yeah, this is like, for me, this is like, oh, cool first trial. For them, it's like the apocalypse has come. I assume that this is going to be a trial, but again, I could be wrong. Rather, I assume it's going to be a trial now, but I could be wrong. It's definitely going to be one at some point.
How fortuitous. We have been gifted an opportunity to outpace our rivals.
Even Zoril Jaw's not going to see it that way. Or he is. Apparently I was wrong. I really thought, okay. I thought he would relish the chance to fight that. I was dead wrong. I've been playing for a couple of hours now, which is much longer than I usually play for these sessions. So I'm going to wrap the quest up here, and this will be the last thing I do today. Good, you're back. There's much I would explain, but by the time I arrived to investigate a sudden surge in the ether, there were already fallen giants everywhere. Right now, everyone's preoccupied with treating the wounded. Pray, catch your breath and then lend a hand where you can. Corpse blue dye. This feels in bad taste. Why is it called corpse blue? Blood red, iris purple. I get that. Irises are purple, blood is red. Why is it corpse blue? Is it because like the color the flesh decays to? Like it takes that bluish gray, that sickly bluish gray? Maybe. But that's going to be it for now. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. This was a good second dungeon. Again, it's not like mind-blowing or anything. Like this was a good... I really like the mechanics of it more than I like the visuals. Until the end. That final fight visuals were fantastic. And yeah, I hope I'll see you next time for probably bad stuff for me and bad stuff for the world. Enjoy. Bye-bye.